Hey, it's Hamlet. How you doing, grade 12? Welcome to Deadline 4. All right, I'm gonna try something new. Ha. Okay, so Hamlet. So what would these videos are going to do for you? We're just going to reenact the scenes kind of in a short Coles Note version, if you remember the Coles Notes. And then we'll have a follow-up video on the summary notes, and those will be the notes that you will have submitted to me. And I do recommend and encourage that you have your summary notes paraphrased, so put in your own words, please. That is a skill that you will need in post-secondary, and it is a crucial and beneficial skill for you. So please be sure that you are paraphrasing as often as possible. Okay, so let's get into Act 1, Scene 1. And I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint and the slideshow. All right. So, boom, there you go. Act 1, Scene 1. So we have, it takes place in Denmark, and we have Bernardo and Francisco on duty, and they are freezing their butts off. Okay, it's Denmark. So they have seen an apparition that they don't understand. And so Marcellus, he's also a guard. He's seen the apparition as well, and they need somebody that is higher up that could ensure that they're not losing their minds here. So they bring in Horatio, and Horatio comes in. He goes, "I don't believe in this stuff. There's no way that this is going to happen." And all of a sudden, woo! Okay, we have a ghostly image, and the ghostly image looks like King Hamlet, Hamlet's dad. Okay, and he's all dressed up in his suit of armor that he wore when they were fighting the Norwegians. And I'm Norwegian, so I don't know. Why would they fight the Norwegians? Norwegians are awesome. Anyways, and they lost. The Danish army defeated Norwegians, and King Fortinbras. They talk about that and how King Hamlet defeated King Fortinbras in this battle, and now the Denmark has bragging rights over Norway. Anyways, the ghost comes, totally freaks him out, and all of a sudden Horatio says on page 13 and line 69, "This bodes some strange eruption to our state. This is not normal." Of course not. It's not normal. You just saw a ghost. Okay, and the ghost looks like Hamlet's dad, okay, Hamlet Jr. Oh boy, what's going to happen? So they discuss a little more and what's going on and what has transpired leading up to these events, like the war against Denmark and Norway, and the defeat of Fortinbras, and that King Hamlet was victorious when he came home. And then shortly after, he had passed away. And by all means that they're aware of, he just passed away. So not sure what else is going on. Maybe it's playing tricks on their mind or whatever the case. And then the ghosts come back, and he's trying to speak. He's trying to say something, but he can't say it because the right person is not there. Okay, so then all of a sudden the cock crows, caw, caw. Okay, and that brings on the morning dew. So that when the cock crows, the sun's about to rise, the new day has begun, and the ghost disappears. So then you get into discussion about how ghosts can roam the earth during the night, and if they have unfinished business to attend to, there's something's up, and they have to settle that business before they could be moved on to the next realm. So you have your 3 realms. You have heaven, purgatory in the middle. This is where this ghost is right now. And then of course hell. And so this ghost is in purgatory. It's a massive waiting room. And so this, until his business is done, we're probably going to see this ghost again. So we better go tell the person that he probably wants to speak and have a conversation with, and that would be his son Hamlet. So at the end of the act, they go, "Let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet, for upon my life this spirit dumb to us will speak to him." So that means the ghost can speak to us, but maybe he can speak to Hamlet, my friend, Horatio's friend, and of course the son of King Hamlet. So that takes us into Act 1, Scene 2. All right, so Act 1, Scene 2 takes us into, hey, there's a wedding. Da, 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 da. All right, so there's a wedding. King Claudius and Queen Gertrude. Queen Gertrude is Hamlet's mom. Hamlet's mom was married to King Hamlet. Then King Hamlet died. Then King Claudius, who is the brother to King Hamlet, married Queen Gertrude. Okay. Anyways, King Claudius is addressing the court, and he goes, "Hey, thanks so much for allowing us to get married. I know this is so quick. It's 2 months after the fact and all that kind of stuff, but thanks so much." And he says, "For your better wisdoms, which freely gone with this affair along, for all our thanks." That's in line 15 and 16 of Act 1, Scene 2. Whew. Okay, so, phew. King Claudius is like, thank goodness, now we can get on business. So now he starts to brag. Said, "Hey, we defeated Norway, and we're going to send a letter to Norway and tell them what we think of them. And if you try anything again, we've got your number." Okay, so they send Cornelius and Voltimand to Norway to basically let Norway know this is where we stand. Don't mess with us, that kind of stuff. Okay, so they leave, and now Laertes, he's the son of Polonius. Polonius is the, we'll say, the one who has his ear to the floor and knows what's going on in the castle at Elsinore. So anything that happens in the castle, he knows, and then he passes it on to King Claudius. And Laertes says, "Hey, King, I want to go back to France. I want to go back to school there. I have a lot of learning to do. I really enjoyed my time there," and so on and so forth. And so Claudius says to Polonius, "Hey, is it okay if your son goes to France? Because, hey, I'm okay with it if you are." Polonius says, "Yes, I'm okay with it." Laertes goes, "Great, I get to go." Okay. Now Laertes has some issues with his dad, so we'll find out more about that later. And so Laertes goes, "Thank you very much." And then he leaves, and then all of a sudden the attention turns to Hamlet. Now Hamlet, he just came back from Wittenberg, and that's a school that he was attending, and then he found out that his dad died. And so they had the funeral, and then all of a sudden they had a wedding, and that was 2 months after the fact. So the fact that Hamlet's mother Gertrude married his uncle, okay, he's not happy about that, and plus he didn't like Claudius in the first place. Okay, so Claudius says to Hamlet, "Shed your colors of black. There should be a time of celebration. We need to celebrate this new beginning." And of course, and Gertrude's saying, "Hey, yeah, you need to move on as well. We need to celebrate. I want you to be happy for me," and so on and so forth. And Hamlet says, but without going into great detail, he's still upset. He's still mourning. So the big question is, how long does it take, or should it take for a person to mourn? A day, a week, a month, years? Okay. Can somebody dictate that? Can you tell somebody to stop mourning? Okay. So the king says, "Well, my father died. and your father died, and so on and so forth. It's part of the natural cycle of life. And you can probably imagine the look that Hamlet is giving Claudius right now, but he can't say anything. This is happening in front of the court. Like, they're all listening in on this to some degree. So he can't be angry about it. He can't, tell Claudius how he actually feels, and his mother as well. So he has to wait till everyone's left. And both Claudius and Gertrude request that he stays in Denmark at Elsinore Castle, and instead of going back to Wittenberg. Big mistake, foreshadowing. Okay, so Hamlet says, yeah, I'll stay. Okay, they all leave. First soliloquy, lines 129 to 158. So these soliloquies are very important. There are 9 of them, last I counted. And these are when the speaker shares their innermost thoughts. We get to listen in. Nobody else can hear it, but as the audience, we can listen in. So we kind of get the I guess first hand issue of what's going on in the minds of this character. And of course, what's going on in the play, especially what's to come in the play. So we have, oh, for crying out loud, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Oh God, why is this happening? What, my mother, she's so weak. She is frail. Frailty is thy woman. Thy name is woman on line 146. Hey, little in a month, like less than 2 months. She couldn't mourn a little bit longer. It's frustrating. Why did she even and why Mary? Why marry Claudius? Okay, why marry Claudius? Oh boy. Okay, I can't talk about this anymore. It's going to be a headache. Okay, so break my heart. I must hold my tongue, because he hears a noise, and in comes Horatio and Marcellus. Okay, and they come and they express their condolences and stuff like that, and of course Hamlet says, "Oh, you probably came only for the wedding." Horatio says, "Yeah, it was pretty quick, wasn't it? I'm sorry that happened, but I've got some news. I saw your father." And Hamlet goes, "I see my father all the time in my mind, in my dreams, and so on and so forth." And Horatio goes, "No, I literally saw your father." Okay, and Hamlet goes, "What? What are you talking about? We were on watch last night, and we saw this apparition. It looked so much like your dad, in full armor, and so on and so forth. Even the gray beard, every down to the last detail. It was your father." And he said, "Seriously? You're not pulling my leg here?" "Nope. It was your dad, and he tried to say something, but we couldn't speak to him. And I think he wants to speak to you. You need to come see this." "Really? If you're pulling my leg, I can't handle anymore. I've just lost my dad. I've witnessed the marriage of my mother to my uncle. Okay, I can't handle anymore. This better be true." "Oh, it's true. It's true." So then Hamlet says, and this is going to be tying to Act 1, Scene 4, line 90. So take note of that. "My father's spirit in arms, all is not well. I doubt some foul play would the night were come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, foreshadowing, though all the earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes." Whew. Stay tuned. All right. So that's Act 1, Scene 1, and Scene 2. If you have any questions, please let me know. Coming up next will be your video on the summary notes for those 2 scenes. All right. Take care and be safe.